Welcome to the Daily for May 27th, 2025, episode number 1. In the first topic today, I'll be talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Oklahoma City Thunder Game 4. This game, as a Timberwolves fan, was unbelievably frustrating as the team turned the ball over 20 whole times, and it felt like every time Oklahoma City missed a shot, they got an offensive rebound. But the reason why I talk about is, are the Wolves finished? Well, maybe. I still think they do have a chance, but they have an incredibly tough road to here on out, as they have to win two in Oklahoma, which they've already proven they got shellacked both times in OKC. And it appears that Shea still has his whistle. Well, the previous two games, it seemed like that they were calling it a bit better, but this last game was really rough, as Shea was getting a lot of calls and OKC was seemingly getting away with a lot of physical defense, which is fine. It's just I'd like to see it go both ways with these calls. But I don't want to blame loss on officiating because this was totally within their control, as this game was only a 2 point game, even with all the bad officiating, if they just not committed 20 turnovers, which was really the Achilles heel of this entire game, as Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle didn't have their best nights. They really just needed to have better ball security, which they really did not have this game, as, again, 20 turnovers was ultimately what did the Timberwolves in this game, as compared to game 3, they had a lot more. So they really need to clean up the turnovers if they want any chances to winning this, because now it's no mistakes from here on out, as a 3-1 deficit is damn near a death blow to any team. But one bright spot for the Minnesota Timberwolves has been Terrence Shannon Jr., who has been unbelievably impressive in his limited time of action. He's only gotten around 10 minutes of meaningful basketball each night over these last two games, but he's been looking very good, as he's been putting up great numbers against this great OKC defense, which is one thing to hang your hat on if you're a Minnesota Timberwolves fan, despite being down 3-1. So, can the Timberwolves come back? As a Timberwolves fan, 100% they can. I know they can. But as a rational basketball fan, I don't know if they can. I think this might be the end of their season, which is really tragic, as they were having a nice run this playoffs, as they knocked off the Lakers and the Warriors despite not having Steph Curry. It's just a tragedy that their season has to come to an end. The second topic is the Colorado Rockies are hot garbage right now, as they fall to 9-45 after a loss to the Chicago Cubs, as they are just been terrible all year, as whatever low expectations they had, they still failed to meet. As I don't think anyone had them on pace to lose as many games as the White Sox did last year, but that's happening, as they've just been utter garbage. Um, and with the All-Star break coming up, who knows who's going to be their mandatory representative? So they could be anyone at this point. The team's been so bad. But looking forward to July when the trade deadline comes around. They're going to trade away what little bolts and screws they have left on the team, making them even worse. Which, if you're a Rockies fan, I guess it's something to look forward to, as you'll have to fill the slots with all your young guys. But this team has just been abysmal, and they really could break the White Sox record for most losses in a season if something doesn't change here soon. And our third topic is the AL wildcard is looking to be really good this year, as there are 6 teams within 2 games of the final wildcard spot. This is going to be a boat race to the finish, if a lot of these teams can keep it up. And there are also other teams, such as the Angels and Rangers, who are within striking distance and just one run away of catching up to these other teams. So I'm really interested to see down the stretch who can hang on and who's going to collapse, as all these teams are going to be facing each other at some point throughout the summer. We are going to see who can prove themselves as real wild card contenders and who's going to be pretenders by the All-Star break. With our final topic for today, we have Knicks versus Pacers Game 4, as this has been a series of devil magic, as the Knicks are coming off their third win of 20-plus point comeback in this playoffs, and the Pacers have been having all sorts of luck with opposing injuries or even insane shots like Halliburton has had in multiple games this year. But who's going to win? I got the Pacers for tonight, as I just think that they're gonna have a similar to performance what they had last game, but they're gonna hang on to win, which will be sending the Knicks back to MSG down 3-1 in the same position as the Timberwolves, also down 3-1. This is just I just think the Pacers have their number again. Just like last year when the Pacers won in 7, they just have the edge on the Knicks, and I mean, I could easily see the Knicks winning tonight too. Don't get me wrong, as they have been playing really great. Cat in the fourth quarter was utterly dominant in Game 3, which led to their comeback. But we're gonna need to see Jalen Brunson step it up again if they want to have a win here, and also Cat continue to play well, not just in the fourth quarter. But ultimately, I think the Pacers are going to win this one, and they're all eventually going to take the series in 6 games. So, Halliburton in the finals, baby. All right, that's a wrap for today. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.